Hey there, it's Nancy Marco, and thanks for joining me for yoga again today. Um, I call this collection of poses sweeps, and it's focusing on the muscles around the hips, hips flexibility, the low back, the abdomen. We'll get in a little bit into the knees, um, into the feet, the ankles, a little bit into the shoulders, the neck. Um, you're going to need a block, at least one. Two, if you have really tight hips and your hips are way up in the air. So gather your props, your water, and meet me on the mat, ready for centering. So my hips are pretty flexible. If you find when you're sitting in an easy seated pose that your back is rounded, your knees are up high. I suggest I've got a little bender ball underneath me, but you can sit on one block or even two blocks if your hips are really tight, sitting on two blocks so that you can let your knees come down to the mat, roll your pelvic bowl forward, and then zip up your spine. What we're trying to achieve here is ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, with the legs relaxed and the knees coming down to the mat. So take time to set up in an easy seated pose. Let your left shin be in front of your right. And take time to find that stack. So wiggle around. Lift up the crown of your head, roll your shoulders back, let your chin come back slightly to get those ears over the shoulders. You can close your eyes to get a sense of your body, to build that muscle, to really tune in, tap into the wisdom that your body shares. And then feel your shoulders over your hips. Let your hips fall into the mat. Let your knees lay wide. And then take your hands palms down in a grounding mudra. Let your fingers drape over your knees. And here we're going to bring our attention in and down. You're going to feel how your sitting bones are connected to the mat. You're going to relax the knees, open up the inner thighs. And then notice how you're breathing. Don't have to change anything. First, just notice. Activating the observer, the witness part of you, the part of you that has choice in what you're doing, what you're thinking, and how you use your feelings. And then choose to explore a Ujjayi breath. And that means breathing in through the nostrils, letting the air come down through the back of the throat and filling up the belly. So the belly expands and then contracts. And inhale, let it fill up with air. And exhale, pull that belly button into the spine. Keep your shoulders relaxed. And listen for the sound of your breath at the back of your throat. And here, if it's comfortable, you can close your eyes. If not, you can hazy them. You can stare at something in front of you. We call that a dristi. Practice your breath. Inhale awareness. Exhale the tension. Deep, long breaths, cleansing out the lungs. And you can imagine you're cleansing the energy body as you're doing this. Breathing in divine consciousness and exhaling out anything that isn't yours, that doesn't serve you, giving it to Mama Earth to recycle, repurpose, redirect, cleanse. She'll take care of it. Breathe in, exhale out. Lips are closed. Keep breathing. With each inhale, get a little taller. With each exhale, just feel yourself softening. So soften your face and then your shoulders, heavy your elbows, your hands. Keeping that nice tall stack with a tiny little arch in your back, heavy your hips, the back of your thighs, the sides of your knees and your shins, your feet. Let yourself be tall but soft. Be aware of the messages, the slight sensations that your body is sharing in the way of intelligence. And using the breath and the surrender, let yourself sink in to a physical state of serenity. Let yourself just be right here, right now, transitioning from what was before into your practice. Again, noticing your parts, your pieces. Start at your feet this time. Relax your toes, your ankles, your shins, your calves, your knees, your quads, your hamstrings, your hips. Feel that belly expand and contract. Listen for the breath sound and keep your chest, your shoulders still. Your hands are heavy. Your throat is open. Soften the jaw, the cheeks, the space between your eyes. And then see yourself sitting behind your eyes in the part of you that is the witness, that is the observer, the seat of the observer. And again, noticing your parts and pieces and taking another second to just release areas of tension, resistance, holding that you missed, the parts that hide out, the areas where we resist the state of softness. From that seat of the observer, notice where your head is at. Are you off thinking? Maybe you're a multitasker and you're off thinking of something else, or maybe you haven't even landed here yet. And your mind is busy in the past or the future. Invite your thoughts to be on your breath, to be with your body. Let your body and your breath be an anchor. Here we choose to be conscious. We choose to connect with inner guidance for our practice. So we don't want to do too much. We don't want to do too little. Your practice is yours. You're responsible for what you do. I offer guidance. You get to choose. And I invite you to choose from a state of presence. So being awake to the sensations shared in your body. So you can find your edge. So that you can deepen into each stretch that we're going to do, each pose. So that you can find your flows when we get to those. We don't all need to look the same. We're all different. Bring a slight little smile to your lips and feel your face soften. With the deep breathing that you're doing, you might start to feel a little more awake, a little more alive, a little more aware. You might feel the invitation to connect this head and this body intelligence. And if you do, I invite you to bring your hands to your heart space. Layer your hands one over the other and let yourself come home. Come home to the heart. Come home to yourself. So important in our practice to feel love from the inside out, to support us to show up authentic. You don't need to compete with yourself. You don't need to compete with me or anyone else. To go to the depths of your edge, to honor the unique expression and the unique body that you have. Asking yourself in a creative way, what can I do? If I can't do what she's asking, what can I do? And make that your practice. Tune in, tap into your innate instinctual intelligence, divine consciousness, and love. Love for yourself, love for the practice, love for the benefit you're going to have after the practice. At this point, we set an intention, we create a mantra for us to repeat during our practice today. What is a quality or a virtue that you have forgotten, that you are not using, that would serve you? The Enneagram gives us 9 suggestions. At point 8, to soften, to surrender, to find innocence. At point 9, to seek harmony, harmony inside ourselves, harmony with others. At point 1, the idea of acceptance, patience, looking for the good, seeing the perfection in the chaos. At point 2, we're invited into kindness, sweetness for ourselves, for others, to make sure we self-nurture and to really feel that love from the inside out. Point 3, to show up authentically, to be flexible, do what you can. Let go of rigidity performing. Adapt the practice to where you are right now. At point 4, the quality is mystery, depth, meaning, purpose. Find it through your practice today and with your mantra. Point 5 is that divine consciousness, that inquiry, that ability to put space between you and your ego, to choose wisely. Point 6 is the commitment to stay through the practice. To even if you're just breathing, stick with it. Keep practicing. Connect to your inner guidance and celebrate what we can do together. Point 7 is joyful presence. Being curious about what is possible. What are your options? So choose a mantra, maybe starting with I am, or I allow, or I make space for, or I'm curious about, or what if I had. And try it out. Say it a couple times to yourself. The goal is that the ego is on board, that you feel a sense of yes when you say your mantra. When you've got your mantra and you've said it a few times, come on out of the centering practice. Come on to sit on your mat if you're not already there. Sometimes people will choose to start out in a chair because their hips are so tight or their body is just not ready for the mat yet. So come to your mat, find your sitting bones, that erect spine, the pelvic bowl rolled forward, the shoulder blades slightly kissed back, and then lift up that left leg. And this is just a quick little wake up. So we're going to move that hip joint in many directions. In this one, we're just sweeping side to side in a nice, easy motion. We're keeping our chin out of our chest. We're keeping our shoulder blades kissed back. We're keeping the spine nice and tall. You've got to use your core to do it. When you're done sweeping, extend that left leg long. Make sure the flesh is out from underneath the sitting bones. Kickstand your hands behind you. Walk your pinkies towards one another to hold the crown up tall. And then point and flex your foot. So as you flex, pull your toes towards you, push your heel out. Feel the stretch from the heel up the calf, back of the knee, all the way up to the hip. And as you point, curl your toes. Feel the stretch at the top of the toes, the top of the foot, up into the shin and up into the hip. And breathe. And breathe. Come up into a relaxed flex. On this one, we're going to take our big toe, roll it forward to the floor, and then our pinky toe, we're going to roll it backwards. Now we're rotating at the hip in a different way. And as we're doing this, we're going to do some face yoga. So filling your cheeks with air, then pushing that air all around your face. Count to 10. Come on out, bring the bottoms of the feet together in a cobbler. So again, if you're really tight, you might tuck some blocks underneath you to make you feel more successful. You can kickstand your hands behind you. You can butterfly your knees. You can bring your hands to your peace fingers and just hold those knees down as you bring your heart forward. If you have more flexibility, you can start to pulse forward, stretching the inside of your thighs up into that hip joint, the inner groin. If you have lots of flexibility, you can use a block at any height to fold forward. You can rest your forearms high or medium or low. If you have even more flexibility, you can devotional your arms and bring your forehead down to the mat. So that's a little too early for me to do that. So find your edge and let the shoulders roll out of the ears. See if you can find that surrender, that softening that we talked about at point 8. Make your way up, and let's do this all on the other side. So easy seated pose, peel the flesh away, pick up that right leg, and just give it a nice sweep back and forth. And then when you're done sweeping, extend it out, set up for success. Be tall, ears, shoulders, hips, point and flex, stretch. So on this one, we're going to do scary face yoga. So scary face is open your eyes and your mouth as wide as you can and count to 10. Let your face come to still and start to roll the leg front and back. So I'm working on my right hip. So I'm not there yet. Maybe by the end of the class, I can get that big toe down. For this one, we're going to do some tongue push-ups. So as you're sweeping your toes back and forth, twisting at the hip joint, you're going to take your tongue, stick it out, try to touch the tip of your nose, and then put it home back in the mouth. And let's do 10 of those. When you're done, come into that cobbler. Give yourself the props that you need. Take time to really feel your parts and pieces and take it to the level that feels right for you today. Pressing down with the sitting bones, feeling that slight little arch in the low back, so don't round your back. Press your heart forward and then lift the top of your head out or up. Bow. And here, let's say our mantra. Walk your hands up. Pick up that left leg. See if you can rock it, or maybe this time you can bring it into the crook of your elbow and just hold it like you're rocking a baby. No competition. Stay where you're at and breathe and breathe. When you're done, bring that left heel behind you. Let the top of your foot rest on the floor. Let your right shin be in front of you. Keep your knees down. Walk your hands behind you. We're starting to stretch the front of the hip. So you might stay right here. Might be walking over to the right. You might be able to come down to your elbows. Just keep those knees pressed into the mat and find your edge. We want to keep our heart open, our throat open, and our mind open. Breathe in awareness and exhale the tension. Where are you resisting? Where you can soften. Deer pose. If you have a lot of flexibility, you might be able to lay down on the ground. Not there yet, but that would be an add-on. When you're ready, make your way up. And let's do the other side. So left leg comes in, right leg comes up, and you can sweep it or you can cradle it. If you're cradling, just make sure that the crown is really lifted. Your neck is really long Your back is long with your neck. And breathe and breathe. And then find your deer pose on this side. Say your mantra while you're here. As you relax that right leg, you're feeling the stretch from your knee up your quad into the hip. You're pressing your knee down. You're staying long through the crown of your head. Breathe and breathe and breathe. Make your way up and come to sit long ways on your mat with your legs stretched long. Peel away the flesh. Bring your elbows to a bend and your hands into fist. Feel those ears, shoulders, hips. We're going to do hip walking. So staying on your bottom, you're going to walk to the bottom of your mat and then walk to the top of your mat. And we're going to do 3 runway walks like this. And then we are going to do our face yoga. So fill the cheeks with air and count to 10. Scary face, open the eyes, open the mouth, close them 10 times. And then the last one, tongue push-ups. Tip of the tongue to the nose for 10. Stop at the bottom of your mat. With a nice tall spine, flex your feet, bring your toe mounds together, and then poke your hip crease and just start to hinge forward. We're not rounding, we're folding. Shoulders out of the ears. Crown is nice and tall. So this might be your edge. If it's not, slide your hands down your legs. Find a little deeper fold. Keep exploring. You might touch your toes, but don't tuck your chin. Just relax the back of your knees down to the mat. And breathe. And breathe. Contract your abs. Inhale your arms up. Keep your heels on the mat. I need to inchworm down a little bit. And then roll down one vertebra at a time, rounding as you go down. Keep the crown tall. Keep the chin out of the chest. And use your abs to roll down. Once you get down, lift your feet. So you're in dead bug, hands and feet reach for the sky and rotate your toes, your ankles, your fingers, your wrists. Drop your hands down on either side of your hips and do the same with your left foot. Point your right toe. Roll your pelvic bowl so that your belly button glues to the mat. There's no space under your low back. And then start to make circles with your pointed right leg. So depending on your abilities, your muscle strength, your circles might be really big or your circles might be really small. So just make some circles and count 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, And 1, go the other direction. 1, 2, 3, keep your core engaged. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring that foot up to the ceiling and then lower it down, hover, and bring it back up and count 10. Leg lifts. 9, 8, keep your core engaged. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that right ankle across the left knee. It's called a figure 4. So you can use your right hand to coax away your right knee. I like to use a block. It makes my arm a little bit longer. And again, you're opening up that right hip joint. Relax your shoulders. Make sure the back of your head lands heavy. Inchworm your fingers maybe a little bit longer. So this is 1. You can stay here enjoying the stretch. If you need a little more, you can lift the left shin, thread your hands through the keyhole, press away with your right elbow as you draw your left shin towards you. That's 2. 3, you can lift your chest, activating your core. Keep your chin out of your chest and just come into a nice tight little ball. You can add on with an ankle rotation, one direction and then the other. We're breathing in and out through our nostrils. We're listening for that Ujjayi breath. We're finding the spaces that we're holding tension that we don't need to. We should only be holding tension if you're in the ab workout option. When you're done, relax down. Sweep your hands up over your head, take a stretch, and then slide your hands into a cactus mudra. So you've got a 90-degree angle under your armpits and at your elbows. Open all 10 fingers nice and wide. And then lift your hips and roll onto your left hip, dropping your right knee to the side. Feeling that twist in the spine and that stretch in that right hip. You can use your left hand to sweep down and pull down that right knee or hold it up, whatever you need. You can turn your head to look over that right shoulder, bringing a stretch into that right shoulder. If all this is super easy for you, you can straighten that right leg as long as you keep that right shoulder on the mat. And breathe, and breathe, and breathe. See if you can melt. Where are you tense? Soften. Find your way back onto your back, and then let's do it on the other side. So left ankle comes across the right knee. You can use your fingertips. You can use the block. Open up that front of the left hip. After you spend a few seconds there, if you're looking for more, thread the needle and find your option of this figure 4 pose or gate pose. And breathe and breathe. Exhale down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale into cactus. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, roll to the right side. Add on the options that feel good to you. Keep that left shoulder on the mat. As we lower our left ear down, we're giving our neck a nice stretch. You can take your eyeballs to the mat and give them a nice stretch. So as we age, the field of vision gets smaller, and this kind of stretching helps it, and it actually really works. The eye doctor will notice a difference. When you're ready to come out, roll onto your left side. Catch your head with your left forearm and straighten your legs out long. Stack your toe mounds, your hips, your shoulders. Keep your throat open. Keep your heart open. Keep your core engaged. You can have your hand in front of you or on your hip. We're going to point our toes and lift that top leg. Sweep it up, sweep it down. Count to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This next one is a little different. We slide the toes towards the groin, then straighten the leg, then lower it down. So you can say your mantra here as I count for you. And we're going to do 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Bend your knees, stack your toe mounts, create a 90-degree angle at your hips and under your knees. Keep your hand on your hip, roll back slightly, keep the belly button engaged. They're called clamshells. You're going to open and close that top knee. We're trying to get to where the top of our knee is parallel with the ceiling, really stretching and building the muscles around the hip. And let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Separate your knees and your toe mounds and make circles. So the add-on here is to straighten the legs. You can keep the knee bent or have the leg straight. Keep the core engaged. Circle forward for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can do this. Go backwards for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to that clam shell stance. Then take your right hand, grab the top of your right foot, straighten your left leg, arch your back. It's half bow pose. We're getting long through our crown. Our throat is open. We're kissing our shoulder blades together. We're arching the back as we kick out with the foot and pull in. Feel the resistance between your hand and your foot, the stretch in your knee, the stretch in your quad. Say your mantra. Breathe. When you're ready to release, step that right foot in front of you. Grab a hold of your ankle with your right hand. Flex your left foot. Make sure you're still straight on the mat, hips stacked, shoulders stacked. And then lift and hover that left leg up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back for the clamshells. We've got 10 more to do. Stack the hips, the shoulders, open and close for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can rest your knees together, your toe mounts together. Bring your right hand into a fist and just start to give some love taps all around that hip. Maybe down the side of your leg. Maybe up around your buttocks. Maybe up your back. Don't do it on your spine. Maybe up your oblique. Find what feels good to you. When you've got enough loving, lay on your belly. Stack your forearms in crocodile style and lower your forehead to the mat. Pick up your legs, release the flesh, and melt into your mat. Say your mantra. Your head is heavy, your chest is heavy. You can feel your pubic bone on the mat. We're going to keep our left foot down. We're going to lift our right leg up, sweep it over to the left, and then sweep it up to the right. So these are sweeps, back and forth. Your right hip lifts off of the mat as you sweep for 10, 9, nice and controlled, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lay it down. Lift up your head. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders for Sphinx pose. Take time to really situate yourself on the mat, elbows under shoulders, 10 fingers spread wide. Press into the elbows and lift through the crown. Bring the heart forward. It's a stretch for your low back. Take your eyeballs up to the ceiling and increase that field of vision. If all this is not enough, you can lift your elbows, but not your shoulders. Keep arching the back, bringing the heart forward. Relax your glutes and down your legs. Breathe and breathe. Wherever you landed, find your way down. Extend your arms out straight from your body and bring your left ear to the mat. We're stretching our neck here by bringing the ear down to the mat. The arms are extended out. The fingers are wide, taking the arthritis out of those fingers. We're going to come into half frog. So slide your right knee to your right elbow and flex your right foot. Rest your right hip down onto the mat and breathe. See how much you can surrender. It's a stretch. It's a big stretch for some people. It's a little stretch for other people. Say your mantra. We're going to come into a shoulder stretch from here. It's important to have that left arm straight out from the body with 5 fingers spread wide. You're going to slide that right hand towards you. Elbow goes towards the sky. You're going to roll onto your left side and sweep up your right leg. You're stacked. Shoulders, hips. Here you got lots of options. If this is all too much, you can just drop that foot down to the floor. If you like to do a little more, pull your belly button in, reach that right hand up, and then a little more bend, come into that half bow. Feel as you roll towards the left, the stretch in that front of the left shoulder increases. And breathe and breathe. Kick out with the foot and stretch from the knee up to the hip. It's all connected. And breathe and breathe. Exhale out. Let's do the other side. So same thing, except roll onto the right ear. Bring that left knee in. Flex that left foot and lower the front of that left hip down. Half frog pose. Breathe. Say your mantra. Let's come into the shoulder stretch. Slide that left hand in. Roll on to the right side. Your head stays down. Your shoulders stacked. Your hips stacked. Your core engages. Pick your option. Find your yoga. And breathe into it. Heart is open. Throat is open. Quad is open. Kiss the shoulder blades. Make your way out and back into that Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath the shoulders, 10 fingers spread wide. Release the flesh, touch the toe mounds, bring the heart forward. Add on if that's for you. Breathe. We're going to come back into a child's pose, so you can slide back or you can make your way up into a low up dog. And then push the hips back, walk the hands back, sit on the heels. Let the chest press into the thighs. Let the armpits roll towards the floor. Keep the head reaching long. Keep the heels of the hands, the wrists on the mat. Heel 10 fingers off and stretch. Slide your hands towards you. It's a hero's pose. If it's not for you, come into a box pose and just cat and cow. So box pose is hands and knees. Otherwise, sit on your heels. And then you can explore stretching those quads, walking your hands back. You might drop down to your elbows. Keep your knees on the floor. Keep your crown long. We're going to meet everybody in that box pose. So when you're ready, come up on the mat. And here's a good time if you're needing a drink, go ahead and get a drink. Transitions are always a good time to get hydrated. We're going to do a couple more sweeps and then we'll do the other side. So stepping out with your right foot, curl the toes, press the heel back, stretch the calf, the foot, so everything is connected. If your Achilles is tight, if your calves are tight, it's going to affect your hips. So we want to keep everything nice and stretched out. Crown of the head reaching long, shoulders out of the ears. Stretch that ball of the foot, the calf. And then when you're done, lift up. Point the toe, sweep that left leg, or right leg forward and back. So nice sweeps for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You can move your head. 4, 3, 2, And one. Sweep that right foot up as high as you can outside of the right side of your body. You can untuck your left toes. Sink your hips back and get a stretch up that right leg. So hips are back, heart comes forward, crown is long, shoulders out of the ears. Add on here is a devotional move with your arms coming down a little bit deeper. So find your edge, your yoga today. Breathe in and out. Listen for that sound at the back of your throat. Let's do the other side. Box pose. Step back, tuck the toes, press the heel away, straighten up those arms. Don't lock the elbows. Keep the shoulders out of the ears, straight arms. Contract the abs, lift the leg, point the toe, sweep it forward, sweep it over. Look over your left shoulder and then your right for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sweep that left foot forward. Slide your hips back. You're planting that left foot. You find your edge. Where can you go today? What does your body need? Think about your alignment. Your chest is coming forward. Your shoulders are dropping back. Your head is staying long. Breathe. And breathe. Make your way out and come down onto your right side. Straight legs, stacked shoulders, stacked hips, engaged core, hand in front or on the hips, point your toe, lift and lower. Can you straighten your leg? For 10, 9, keep your core engaged, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Remember the next one, you pull it in, you stand it up, you float it down, slide it in, stand it up, float it down for 6 and 5. Say your mantra. And 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Bring your legs in for the clamshell. Make those 90-degree angles and open and close. See if you can keep your core tight and just let the movement come at that hip crease for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your left hand, grab the top of your foot, straighten out that bottom leg, come into half bow. So strengthening the hips, the core, the buttocks, all makes us more stable, especially as we age. It helps us to not fall down. So important. Kiss the shoulder blades, open the mind, the throat, the heart, the quad. Breathe. Step that left foot in front. Extend out that bottom leg. Hands to hip or hold your ankle. Lift and lower that bottom leg. for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Clamshells. Set yourself up. Open and close for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Separate and circle. Knee bent or leg straight. Big circles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back it up. 10, 9. You can do this. 8, 7. Modify if you need to. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember those little love taps? Bring your hand into a fist. Give yourself a little love. We're stimulating the blood flow, maybe helping the muscles to relax. We have more to do. When you're done, come into that crocodile. Forearms stacked, forehead on the forearms. Relax the shoulders, heavy the forehead. And close your eyes here. And then bend your knees and kick your buttocks. Fire up the blood flow in the knees. Come to still. Let that left leg rest on the floor. Flex the right foot and then pump your heel towards the ceiling. Work that glute, that low back, that supports that hip joint. Pump it up and pump it down. Keep your shoulders relaxed. The forehead heavy for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Left knee bends, left ankle flex. You lift, you lower. Don't drop it into the mat. Hover it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your knees wide. Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Keep your head soft, your shoulders soft. Press your pubic bone into the floor. Lift your thighs up and down for 10, 9. Work your glutes in your back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your feet wide. Come up onto your forearms and then push into your hands. Full frog. So our knees are as wide, come forward, are as wide as they can be. We're going to take our feet out to the side like little frog legs. And you can rock back and forth here. This may be your edge. You may like to bring a block into it and come up higher. I actually find it's easier to come down to my forearms or down to my belly. Let my knees splay nice and wide. You can rest your head. You can give your neck a little twist. Keep flexing out of the feet. Keep sliding the knees. Frog pose. If you turned your head, make sure you get a little time looking the other way and breathe and breathe and breathe. Slowly make your way out. Maybe you get a drink and we meet back in box pose again. We're going to do some balance, so hydration is probably a good idea. At the top of your mat with your 10 fingers spread wide, your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and your toes tucked. Take a moment to straighten your arms, level your hips, widen your shoulders. Take an inhale. And then exhale up into your first downward facing dog. So wide feet here is going to make it easier. Feet closer together, a little more challenging. You can move around. It's our first dog. You can pedal your heels. You can lift your hips. You can shake out your head trash. This is an inversion pose. The blood is coming to our head, our teeth, our gums, our pineal. You want to roll those armpits in and open up the back of the heart. And so the blood is making our cheeks rosy. You can also look behind you and gain a different perspective. You can use that as a metaphor when you're challenged. We're going to keep our left foot where it is, lift our right leg up, keep our right shoulder down, keep your left heel down if you can. And the add-on here is to bend that right knee, splay it over to the side without lifting that right shoulder. And breathe, and breathe. Drop it down, try the other side. Left leg comes up, point the toe, square the shoulders. Add on, bend the knee, splay it over. Open up that hip. Come on out, walk your feet to the center of the mat. Slide your hands to meet them. Fold in half. Head reaching towards the floor. You can grab your elbows. Make sure your belly's glued to your thighs to protect your low back. You can move around or you can hold a static stretch. When you're ready, release what you're holding, engage the core, roll up one vertebra at a time. And come to stand on your mat. Turn off my heater here. In a mountain pose. So mountain pose can be easily set up by using the length of your foot. It will set you perfectly for your body structure. Heel of the foot to the inside of the opposite foot, then spin it around. That's the right distance for you. And then align the outsides of the feet and zip up through the crown of your head. Roll your shoulders down, open your fingers, kiss your shoulder blades, mountain pose. Find your drishti. Say your mantra to yourself. We're going to wade into the right foot, cross the left foot over. So that pinky toe to pinky toe align. If you can't do that, do what you can do. And then sweep the arms up. Steeple the fingers, get long and tall. And crescent over to the left. Stretch that right oblique, press the right hip out. See if you can stay between two panes of glass. Look up to the ceiling. Breathe. Our balance pose is star pose today. So we're going to break our arms apart, take them out to the side, step out with that left leg, tilt over to the right, kiss the shoulder blades together, really hone in on that drishti, and then lift up that left leg and balance. So if you're wiggling, you're a twinkling star. If you fall out, You're a shooting star. Make a wish. Come back in. Exhale back down into mountain. Cross that right leg across the left, pinky toe to pinky toe. Sweep the arms up, steeple the fingers. Stretch the other side. Which side did we do? I think we went to the left. Stretch to the right. Look up to the ceiling. Breathe. Press that left hip out. Gracefully find your way into star. Kiss the shoulder blades. Open the fingers. Breathe. Do it again. Mountain pose. Cross. Sweep up. Crescent right. Crescent left. I always get confused here. We're going to add on here. We're going to come up. Take the arms out to the side. Hinge at the hips and come in to a halfway lift. Drop your hands where they fall. This is 1. 2, you slide down. 3, you touch the floor. Shake out your head trash and really stretch the psoas. And breathe. And breathe. Engage your core. Roll up. Sweep up. Find your star. Breathe. And breathe. Mountain pose. Cross the legs, sweep the arms, steeple, crescent to the left, look up at the ceiling. 3 breaths. On your next inhale, reach up, break out, swan dive, halfway lift. Explore where you can go. Shake out your head trash. Fill it in with your mantra. Roll up. Sweep up. Find your star. Breathe. Come on out. We're just going to do a little shaking. Shaking is good for your circulation. It helps with elimination. It decreases inflammation and it increases bone density. So you can just start really simple, shaking your wrist, your fingers, bring it into your elbows and your shoulders. You can start to just jiggle on your feet, or you can hop. You can just shake one leg. You can shake the other leg. You can just shake your whole booty in any way that feels good to you. And to get the full benefit, you do this for a full 5 minutes, and you can just make believe it's like a silly dance. But see if you can jiggle things that you never knew you could jiggle. Your booty, your breasts, your ankles, your knees. And then come out. Take a moment, maybe get a drink. We're going to come back down to our mat in a garland pose. So have your blocks handy if you know that you're going to need them. Take your feet out at a 45. You can start out a little wider if that feels good to you. And just lean from side to side. Get in a little stretch. If that feels okay, take it down a little farther. Straighten one leg, skater's pose. So skater's pose, our legs are even wider. Our hands are in prayer, but it's a little version of skaters. If all that feels good, bring your hands down to the floor. Here, I want to bring my feet a little bit closer, and you can wag your tail. See how that feels. That feels okay. Come on to the balls of your feet. Bend your knees a little more, and just rock from side to side. Bring in one knee forward and the other knee. You can stop anywhere that feels good for you. So the next thing is you can add props underneath your buttocks to sit on. The full pose is heels are down, elbows come into the knees, hands come into prayer, and the crown of your head reaches towards the ceiling. You feel that big stretch. You're pressing out those knees. Feel that stretch in your groin. Camper's pose, garland pose. It's a squat. It's a resting pose. It builds flexibility in the hips, but it also builds strength in the knees, the quads, the glutes, the hamstrings. Breathe and breathe. When you're done with all this, come down to sit on your mat with your legs extended long. Grab one of your blocks, take it off on the right side of your right leg. Peel away the flesh. Sit up nice and tall. Flex your feet. Poke your hip crease and bow. Bow your heart anywhere that feels right for you. Don't close your throat. Bring the top of your head forward. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Stretch. Release your toes. Slide your hands towards you. Kickstand your hands behind you. You can have a tiny little angle here. Make sure your block is just outside your leg. We're going to point our toes. We're going to engage our core and lift our leg over the block. So you have 3 heights. You can do low height, medium height. I think I can do high today. And you're going to lift and sweep for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can always challenge yourself here by flipping your hands, sitting upright, and doing it with a taller spine. So this is going to be a lot harder. But we start out with the easy way. Move the block to the other side. Make that little angle. Thumbs walk together. Heart lifts, shoulder blades kiss, straight spine, point the toe. Lift up, sweep over, and back home for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that block to the side, roll down one vertebra at a time. Bring your hands overhead. Take a nice big stretch, arch your back. And then slide your heels towards your buttocks and press your low back into the mat. Bring your hands on either side of your hips. Roll your pelvic bowl so there's no space underneath your back. Your heels are close to your body. Another option here is you can always place something between the knees to help you to press them together. We're going to do bridge flow. So to start out, make sure your head is flat. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Your throat is open. Walk your fingertips towards the bottom of the mat. Lift your hips. Then walk your shoulders towards one another. Maybe you touch your heels with your fingers. Squeeze your knees together. Lift your hips. Activate your glutes. And then flow up and down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that block out. Roll to one side. Come back up. Set up for those sweeps over the block. So I'm going to sit up a little taller. I'm going to move my block a little lower. I'm going to have my pinkies instead of my thumbs together. I'm going to press my heart out, lift my head, point the toes up and over. Really working this hip for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. Are you breathing? Say your mantra. Find your sweeps. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come in to a fire log. So fire log, we're going to have the left shin on the bottom, right shin on the top. So if your hips are really tight, you might be taking several blocks to find your stack. If you can, you stack them right on top of each other. Peel away the flesh. If you're really tight, I just want you just focusing on leaning slightly forward and dropping this right knee down. If it's available to you, sweep up your arms, drop down your shoulders, exhale into a twist, left hand behind, back of the left hand to the outside of the right knee, right hand behind you. Your heart comes forward, your crown goes high. You look over that right shoulder. We're going to breathe from the belly here. Do a little strengthening for these scalene muscles in our neck by bringing our lips behind us. And then you're going to sip on a straw by pulsing your belly, 20 sips. You can also stretch the eyeballs here, look behind you. When you're ready, come out. Try the other side. So find your edge. Where do you need to be? Sweep your arms up. Exhale into the twist. Sit up as tall as you can. Drop your shoulders out of your ears. Your chest is square with the side of the mat, but your hips are facing forward. You're twisting at the waist. We're going to pulse that belly, strengthen those scalene muscles, Take 20 sips over your left shoulder. Come on out into a cobbler. Find your edge. Add on if that's for you. From here, start to think about what you want for your Savasana. You might want something to go under your legs. You can always roll up some towels, put some rubber bands on them to create a bolster. You can have little washcloths that you can put under your neck or under your low back. Just grab things close. You might layer clothes. You might put on socks. You might grab a blanket or an eye pillow. Have it all handy. You might squirt a really nice scent. Play a special song. If you like, you can do a roll down. So I'm going to demonstrate boat roll down. If you're done, we'll just meet us on the mat. Get in that little ball pose, that double wind removing pose. So if you want to try boat, we're sitting on our sitting bones, hands underneath our knees with our crown tall and our shoulders and elbows reaching towards the floor. Pull your belly button in. This is 1, 2, lean back. 3, lift the shins, but keep the heart coming forward, the shoulder blades kissed. Next, add on, release the hands. And here you can play around and work your core. But we're running out of time, so let's find our way down to the mat and into the little ball. And rock side to side and massage out that area of the hips, that second chakra. So much here. So much. There's the elimination organs, there is the sexual organs, there is the energy of purpose and passion. There's work, there's money, there's the relationship with ourself, the relationship with others. Lots to unpack in our hips. Come to still when you're ready. Separate your knees and come into that cobbler. Grab where you can. Think about rolling your pelvic bowl so your back flattens, your elbows reach towards the floor. Your mind is open. Your throat is open. Your heart is open. You're tuned in, tapped in to your innate wisdom. Take it a little further and come into happy baby. Great ending hip stretch, hands around the arches of the feet. You can rock here if that feels right. You can hold a static stretch. Just keep your shoulders out of your ears. Think about lowering your knees down. Say thank you to your hips. You can do any other last little movements or things that feel like you need them. Maybe you twist a little more. Maybe you're just ready to come into that surrender pose of Savasana. So I've got a bolster underneath my knees. Got a little neck stretcher for underneath my neck. You're at home, so you can really get creative with what you need. So I didn't say earlier, but if you don't have blocks, unopened rolls of toilet paper or paper towels can often work great as a block, or a rolled up towel with rubber bands. You can adjust for what you need. Savasana isn't a time to check out. It's not a time to fall asleep. It is a time of practice. We're practicing vulnerability. So we want to kind of open our legs and flop our feet and open our arms and open our fingers. We want to melt the back of our head into the mat, the back of our shoulders, the back of our hips and our heels. Lots of options. If you don't like the one I'm doing or you don't have the props I have, you can do legs up against the wall. You can just lay flat on your mat. You can have your knees bent and put something between them. It's called TP knees. It's great if you've got a sensitive low back. You can do something else. You can lay in crocodile. You always have the option of choice. So find your pose. Eyes covered or open, eyes hazy or closed. Take time to reconnect, like we did at the beginning, with those three centers of intelligence. We have three. Why would we not use all three? Tune in, tap into the intelligence in your body that comes in the way of sensation. The Enneagram gives us instructions on how to do that. The first instruction is to pause, surrender, find innocence. The second surrender is to be in harmony with ourself, to engage with the breath, to feel the love that makes the thread of connection with us all, to sink in to patience, acceptance, to have a wider view of everything and anything. Find the tension and soften it. Use the observer, the divine consciousness. Step out of your thoughts, your beliefs, your patterns, your ego. Be curious about what else are you? Ask yourself questions. Have mental presence that brings clarity, guidance, and wisdom to the surface. Connect it all together at the heart. Breathe into the heart space and imagine or sense love from the inside out. What if you loved yourself? What if you took time to nurture, to say no, to say yes, to make your needs equal to the needs of others? Be a challenge at times to show up authentic, to be real with where you're at and how you're at and who you are on your journey. To use that confidence at point 3 to dive into depths, to do the deeper work, to explore your choices, to find your heart, to practice the namaste, seeing the good in others. The light in you honors the light in me. Can you surrender? Can you breathe? Can you find that Ujjayi breath? Can you use the sound as an anchor to keep you right here, right now? You might want to extend this practice. Stay here longer. You might have stuff to do, and you can just know it's enough. You have choice. You're empowered. If you choose to stay here, just turn off the video. If you choose to get up, find your way into a stretch. And then into a supported fetal pose, catching your head, bringing something between your knees. So important if you can sleep with something between your knees. It helps to take the strain off of the hip joint, the low back. So I've got my bolster between my knees. I've got my forearm under my head. If your back is bothering you, you can bring your thighs deeply into your chest and get one more little low back stretch. With eyes open in this fetal pose, invite a remembering of why you chose to come into the life you did. What purpose or meaning were you seeking to share, to experience? And then make your way when you're ready. Again, you can hang out there longer. And come up to a pose that suits you. So lotus pose is a nice finishing stretch for hips, bringing the heels of your feet into your hip creases. If that's not for you, easy seated pose is just as nice. Or a hero's pose stretches the knees and the quads. Take a minute to find the stack of ears, shoulders, hips. Kiss the shoulder blades together. Bring the heart forward. Sweep the arms up, out to the side, and give yourself a hug. Here, you're going to concave the belly. You're going to drop the chin. You're going to hold your shoulders. Roll forward, bow the heart, say your mantra. This cracks open the back of the heart, the Akashic records. Make your way out. If you're in that lotus pose, you want to switch now the way that you had it. And again, sweep the arms up. And this time come into a cactus. We're going to open up the front of the chest, the front of the heart. And here you can pulse your elbows back. This undoes all the time on those little boxes, takes out that hunching. You only have to do it 25 times. We're not going to do it that much. The other option is arms flat, kissing back, arms down, kissing back. Bring your hands to prayer for now. Close your eyes. Take a moment to notice where you are now in comparison to where you were when we started. I'm so addicted to this Zen feeling. I so love after yoga. Such a great place to be. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoy this video. Namaste. So do think about joining me live on Zoom for small intimate classes. Check out the website www.connectingyouwithyourself.com. Thanks.